Tonight, public records reveal new information about how a controversial Kingsport ordinance came to be.
Yeah, the ordinance bans non-permitted structures from public rights-of-way. The city of Kingsport issued citations to 4 protesters outside Holston Valley Medical Center on Friday after they failed to comply with a violation notice. News Channel 11's Jackie DeFusco looked through hundreds of emails to find out who influenced the ordinance that some were calling unconstitutional.
Josh and Sarah, Kingsport officials have said this ordinance isn't intended to target anyone, but Ballad health protesters say it violates their First Amendment rights. I submitted a public records request and spoke to First Amendment experts from outside the region to find out if that's true. Public records suggest business leaders push for an ordinance that bans non-permitted structures from public rights-of-way. Former Kingsport Chamber of Commerce Chairman Bob Feathers was critical of Ballad health protesters in an August 25th email to Kingsport Mayor Pat Scholl. He says, quote, "I would request that we organize a strategy to combat." Mayor Scholl responded that he had recently met with Ballad leadership. In reference to the protesters, he goes on to say, quote, "I am not opposed to speaking publicly against outside interests with dubious motives that are acting in bad faith. The city will act in a legal but assertive manner to protect our businesses." In a September 25th email, subject line Ballad protest, Feathers again argued demonstrators are causing harm to local businesses. He goes on to say, quote, "Please let me know if there is anything I can do to assist you in a no camping ordinance." Kingsport Mayor Pat Scholl responded saying, quote, "I think you just said you support an anti-camping ordinance, especially if it will help us remove camping along Ravine Street." Critics have accused Ballad of influencing the introduction of the ordinance. No records obtained by News Channel 11 show this, but at least 7 employees of the hospital system expressed support for the ordinance after it was publicly discussed by the BMA. Protesters say these emails prove the ordinance is meant to target them, making it unconstitutional. One constitutional law professor says the government can regulate the time, place, and manner of speech.
On the other hand, if there is a document written by a city official stating that the real reason for adopting this ordinance is simply to shut down this protest, then that would be, for lack of a better term, the smoking gun, which would then enable a judge or a jury to determine that that was the intention. And then even if the ordinance itself is on its face something that's constitutional, and it probably is on its face, as applied to these protesters, it could still be struck down.
A media law professor says the government has more authority to regulate permanent structures used to exercise free speech.
The First Amendment does allow people to temporarily use publicly owned property, even if that interferes mildly with other people being able to do their business there. It's only when the interference becomes substantial so that the agency can't function properly that the government's authority kicks in.
Now, I'm told if the city were to lose a potential lawsuit in connection with this ordinance, they would have to pay the protesters' attorney's fees and triple the cost of damages. The 4 protesters cited are due in court on January 8th. Josh and Sarah.